Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Now, the rolling blackouts have started again in Montreal. The last one we had was based upon an ice storm. This one, they're blaming it on the heat. Okay, and I'm going to read this article. It says, power mostly restored after outage affects 200,000 Hydro-Quebec clients in Montreal, which Hydro-Quebec has a monopoly on the electricity. Okay, it says a widespread power outage affected large swaths of the western side of Montreal Thursday afternoon. By early evening, most of the outages had been resolved. Around 350 customers were still affected by Friday morning. On the island of Montreal, more than 198,000 customers were affected by 169 different outages. Another 17,500 clients were affected in Montreal. The West Island is said to have been the hardest hit by the 170 or so separated outages affecting the region. The outages came on a day many Montrealers are using air conditioning and fans to keep cool. Temperatures in Montreal are reaching 33 degrees Celsius, which will feel like 40 degrees Celsius with the humidity. Our team are mobilized to restore service as quickly as possible, said Hydro-Quebec on the Twitter page. Now, they're blaming these outages on the heat. Now, 33 degrees Celsius is nothing uncommon in the summertime. Okay? This is not uncommon in the summertime, 33 degrees Celsius. But they're trying to blame these outages, which we've never seen outages. I don't remember ever seeing outages based upon the heat before. Not in this region, not in Montreal, not where I'm from. I've never heard of it. Okay? And furthermore, 33 degrees Celsius is nothing extraordinary. See, if they would have said it was 42 degrees, 43 degrees, okay, that's uncommon. But 33 degrees is not uncommon. So we see that the left hand is at work. That Esau is using his magic. He's using his guile, his subtlety to bewitch the people, because this is what's coming. Okay, whatever excuse they use, it doesn't matter. These things are about to be a regular occurrence. Okay, there was a statement made by one of the elites that said when the power is restored for the last time in New York, we would have had the world. Meaning that they're going to use these blackouts in different events, not just the blackouts, these zoos. A lot of these animals are going to be freed from these zoos. Okay? That's going to be a new trend. Oh, the protesters freed the animals from the zoos. Yeah, that's called the agent provocateurs, man. It's going to be complete chaos out here. When we say complete chaos, we mean it. More than you've ever seen before. Okay? And that's when they're going to come with their order. Now let's read 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. This is 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11. Let's start at verse 10. It says, to whom ye forgive anything, I forgive also. For if I forgave anything, to whom I forgave it, for your sakes forgave I it in the person of Hamashiach, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. Okay? Meaning to get the upper hand of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? You understand? That's the main point. Because guess what? We're not going to let Satan get an advantage of us, because we're not ignorant to the plans of these Edomites. We're not ignorant to the plans of these elites and what they're trying to do. Okay? We're constantly watching. That's why the scripture says watch as well as pray. Okay? You're not just supposed to pray. You're supposed to also watch. Okay? And that's what we're supposed to be. We are watchmen. We are constantly watching. We are constantly scoping the scene, see what Esau is doing, see what he's up to. Okay, this is Isaiah 62:6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of Yahweh, keep not silence. And this is what we're constantly making videos. We're constantly putting up lessons week in and week out, right? To what? To wake you up, to show you what's coming, and to show you how to prepare yourself in the spirit. Okay? This is an ongoing job. This is a forever job. This is not a job where, okay, we could take, we could take a vacation pay, or we can retire. No, this is not a job. You don't retire from being a prophet. All right? Because until the job is done, like Kobe said, job done, job not done. So what's there to be happy about? Where the job is not done until Yahweh Shem Shai pulls us off the streets and closes our mouth. Okay? And give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Okay? So guess what, man? The Lord set up watchmen to watch and to warn you of the sword that is coming, because there is a great sword on his way. And that sword is going to be put into the hands of the slayer, which is the Edomite. Let's get Ezekiel 21. I told you, man, this is going to come to New York. It's going to come to America. It's going to come to UK. These things are going to be regular occurrences, man. These outages. Then the protesters are going to let loose the animals. And bro, we've been telling you about these things. We've been telling you these things are going to happen, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Because it's not us, but Yahweh Shai that speaketh through us to warn you of these things, man. This is Ezekiel 21, verse 8. And it says, again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. And what do you do? Why does a person sharpen a sword? It's to use it so it can be more effective at cutting. Okay? That's why a person sharpens a sword. He doesn't sharpen a sword to cut apples either. Okay? It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Right? Like when you see those cartoons, they'll pull out a sword and it's like there'll be a shine that comes with it. That's to show you how sharp it is. Should we then make mirth? Should we be in a happy-go-lucky spirit knowing that these things are coming? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Now, who is the slayer? Esau Edom. Esau Edom was given the blessing of the sword going back to Genesis, the 27th chapter. This is Esau's blessing, and we're at the time when the Edomites are ruling, and we're at the final leg of their rulership. This is Genesis 27, and we're going to go right to the blessing that Esau got. This is Genesis 27:38. It says, And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Okay, meaning that at one point he would rule the whole planet Earth, which he's ruling the whole planet Earth right now. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob. Oh, Shalakia, I missed the main part. It said, verse 40, it says, And by thy sword shalt thou live, meaning he will rule by weaponry. How did they take down the Native Americans? They couldn't take them down just by physical combat, sword-to-sword combat. No, the Native Americans would have destroyed them, sword to sword, arrow to arrow. They were much more skilled at war. and much they're superior in general. We are, as Israelites, are superior to Esau. So what happened was the Lord gave them the understanding of how to create what? The Gatling gun. Okay, and these different weapons. Okay? See? And shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So, this is how Esau rules the earth. And this is what Esau is preparing to come down with all these different events. Because with the chaos, it gives him the go-ahead to use the sword. Now, hold on. Let's get Revelation 6 and 4 real quick. But and then I'm gonna get what's that? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get Revelations 13. Okay, but these things, the complete chaos gives him the green light to use the sword that he was blessed with. This is Revelation 6 and 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And that red horse represents the Edomite rulership. Okay, red represents Esau, Edom, which is also the color of sin and the color of bloodshed. And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Okay, so he's getting ready to use this great sword that he was blessed with. And that includes what? The tanks, the different weaponry, the heart attack guns, the lasers they even have that they've used and experimented with on the Panamanians and different people. You know, pocket nukes, these robot dogs, these robot soldiers, right? These biochemical attacks. These are all weapons. I'm talking about, this is the smoke coming from the Canada fires. Okay, yeah, okay. All right. But you see, these are all weapons. These are all everything he has, he weaponizes. So let's get Revelations 12. Like I said, Revelations 13 rather. Like I said, he's going to use this as a reason to exact his vengeance. He's going to use this as a reason to use the sword. Just like when a Jake is, the Edomite stops a Jake and he has his hand on his gun waiting for the Jake to do something stupid so he can have a reason to shoot him. It's the same thing that the elites are doing. They're setting up the reason. They're setting up the reason. Like Esau tell you, go, okay, get your ID. Then he'll go for his ID and say, gun. And then they'll shoot him, thinking it was a gun, but he was just waiting to get a reason. Okay, this is the same thing Esau is doing. He's setting up the reason. This is Revelations 13 and 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb. Okay, so he had two horns like a lamb, which we always say that two horns represents what? The Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, Labor Party, and the Conservative Party, whatever, in London. Which is all the same, the two sides of the same beast. They all work for the same people. It's a big game, but they're coming as a lamb. And a lamb is what? Humble, harmless. You understand what I'm saying to you? It says, and he spake as a dragon. Although he's coming as a lamb, the things that he's putting in place, the things that he's saying out of his mouth is draconian. It's cruel. Okay? And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed, going into what? The Roman Empire. And guess what? The Roman Empire, hey, it wasn't no joke, man. You'll be beheaded. They were beheading people left and right, man. It wasn't no joke in the Roman Empire, man. Crucifying people. There was torture methods. So guess what? Esau knows that idle threats are not going to move the elect. So he said, listen, he's going to have to go full throttle. They're going to bring back the guillotines, right? There's going to be certain torture methods, certain things they're going to be using on people, man. They're getting back to that old ancient Edomite Roman Empire spirit, man. Which that's where Draco comes from. Draco, where you get Draconian from, because he was putting people to death for the minor things. You know, you stole a chocolate bar, you stole a fruit. Okay, put him to death. Right, because that was an Edomite. That was not a speckled bird. That was not a Israelite foreigner. That was a straight up pure-blooded Edomite. I'm speaking of Draco, because he was cruel, he was merciless, and he was a demon. All right? But anyways, so the point of the matter is this, that they're coming as a lamb, but they're setting up a reason to come down upon you as a dragon. Now let's get Revelations 12 and 12. Told you, man. Told you they're coming with it, man. And they're moving. They're moving. When I saw the power go up, first I noticed that my spot, and it's not in the news. It's just you have the articles about it, but this was not in the news, man. And it was kind of short. You know, mine happened for a couple hours, right? Where I'm at. So it happened here, and I called the brother. So, oh, power's out in my spot. You know, is the power out in your place? He said no. I said, oh yeah, they're testing things out, because it wasn't just my spot. It was actually the mall that was near to my house as well. So later on, right, I believe it was the next day or the next 2 days, the brother said, yo, guess what? The power's out on my street, the whole street. The power's out. I said, oh yeah? I said, well, listen, Esau's, he's testing things, man. Okay, because they can't blame it on the heat. I said, they can't blame it on the heat. It was actually a pretty cool day when that happened to the brother. It was actually pretty cool outside when that happened to the brother, right? And like I said, 33 degrees Celsius is nothing uncommon anyway. So, hey, he's just moving. Okay, he'll use whatever excuse he has to use. Okay, this is Revelations 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He knows his time is short, so he has to move quickly to set up his new world order. Okay, he's moving now faster than he's ever moved. And the plague of darkness, which the Lord promised he was going to bring the plagues of Egypt, right? Plagues of darkness is nothing that we haven't seen in Egypt. But the Lord is also going to intensify it. The closer we get to the climax of this thing, the Lord is going to also intensify it. He's going to actually add on to the plagues that Esau is trying to do himself. The Lord is adding onto it. Okay, even when he spoke about the forest fire, he said, oh yeah, some of it was man-made and some of it was by lightning. Yeah, well, the lightning was the Lord helping them out, okay, with their agenda. So anyways, this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 11. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Okay, so the Lord is going to bring back the same plagues that were in ancient Egypt. He's going to bring it back to this side. That includes the plagues of grasshoppers, frogs, and things of that nature. Okay, infesting these places. I'm talking about the beast system places, the EU NATO countries, the Edomite countries. That's going to be hit the worst. They're going to be hit the worst. We'll look at France. Okay, there's nothing but Jumanji up there right now. Okay, Jumanji, civil war. It's going to intensify. You still got Ishmaelites on their phone. Oh, look. Oh, look, a zebra. Yo, soon them Ishmaelites are going to be screaming, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Okay, that's what they're going to be saying, man. Because it's going to be so severe out there, man. And them Ishmaelites are wild, man. Okay, them Ishmaelites are wild, and there's a lot of Ishmaelites out here in Montreal as well. So it's nothing for it. And that's why when things were happening with the lockdowns, people were going crazy out here too, protesting. That Jake and Ishmael going wild. Okay. Okay. And the police treat Ishmael like Jake out here, straight up. Okay. It says Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague, and the punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And these are all signs. These things that are happening, these blackouts, these are also signs. The smoke, the smog from these fires, these are all signs that Esau is getting ready to move. It says, the military being dropped off in strategic places. These armored vehicles, these tanks in these cities. It's not a coincidence. They're preparing to wage war on the people. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, which meaning what? Standing up, speaking against the government for an uprising purpose, okay? And invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And they already don't respect the government because they see that they've been bamboozled, okay? A lot of these people, even the people who were 100% for the government, now they're 100% against the government. And it's going to increase. Wait till these people can't get food. Wait till these people can't access food and water. They can't pay their rent. Things get that bad. You understand? They can't get the daily necessities. Yeah. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And what's going to protect us and sustain us in that time? The Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is going to protect his men. And you better not forget that Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is going to protect those that serve him in truth and sincerity. That I promise you, man. Even King David said, I've been young and now I am old, and I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. And if you don't believe that, I don't know if the Lord's going to protect me, well, you're in a very weak spirit, and you need to examine what you're doing for the Lord, man. And you need to pray for faith. So with that, I'll say shalom.